Derek, you are broken. You are fundamentally broken. You are a bit of a failed project, but here's the solution. So not only are you broken, I'm telling you how you can go about fixing yourself.
Exactly. So, this is the way it works. This is why Christianity has a power no other religion has. We all want to be good people, don't we? Yes, we do. But no matter how good you want to be, no matter how many times the father says, I'm going to stop drinking alcohol and yelling at my kids. It's dragging them to go back. It's called selfishness. Our egos. That's the reason we cannot do total good, because we want the payoff for ourselves. Yes, Derek, you, atheists, Christians, whatever, you want to be good people. But there's something that's holding you back from being totally good, from loving one another, your brothers, totally, with an undying love. Willing to sacrifice yourselves for them because you love God and you know He's got your back. If you had to die, He's going to take you to heaven forever and ever. But even if you know this, there's just something wrong inside of each one of us. There's something when you're lying in bed alone without your atheist friends that boost your confidence. You realize, hey, something's fundamentally flawed within me. And this goes deep. I don't care whether you're Mother Teresa, whether you are Martin Luther King, whether you're the average atheist, whether you're the average person who may believe in God or not. The desire to be good is there, but something inside you wants that payoff for yourself. You want your love for yourself constantly gets in the way. And this is the reason. And eventually, the worse it gets, until eventually you stop caring about doing good, you may become a drug addict and start stealing from those you love. You may even get anger when you don't get that payoff for yourself. It starts to build up resentment, bitterness, anger. And these are the root emotions that eventually lead to murder and stealing and the mafia. That's what's wrong with you and me. You cannot love everybody else selflessly, because love of self constantly gets in the way and pulls you down. And without faith in the God and Jesus of righteousness, without love, eventually you begin to say, what's the point? Do all this good for people, what's it going to matter? What's it going to matter in 100 years? I may as well get the payoff for myself. If it feels good, do it, because we're all going to die anyways. So something's fundamentally flawed in every one of us. So don't you dare try to say Christianity is a snake oil, because it touches on a raw nerve that's in everybody. Maybe Christianity is not a snake oil, true Christianity. But if you can love this God totally. Now, if you can, what Christianity does is give you a bent towards this God. You start seeing in a new way. This God is what you call measure of all things. This God is the measure of all things. And you start seeing your values start to change. And this makes it so you can willingly die for your fellow man. Because, hey, if I die, I'm just everything's gonna be perfection for me when I die, and I'll make this world a better place. It will make God happy. It will make people happy, and that will make me happy. But even if you know this, there's something dragging you down from doing this. It's called selfishness. And that's why you got to be born again. Because you got to have your selfish love of self be put on to God. You got to have it's like you're dead to God. No matter but once you know this God in the spirit by intuition, it changes you, and you got the beginnings of what eventually will become a being who derives sheer ecstasy out of loving this God and loving his fellow man and making this world and making eternity a better place for everybody. So that's your lesson, Derek. That charge put me down, put a pillow underneath the game tape.